Hey guys, it's Will with Terrible Infant. It's a very exciting day. We have our first ever figurine unboxing.
Records are reggae, coming through my bedroom wall. Having a party up next door, but I'm sitting here all alone.
This is the Skeletim Rancid Throbblehead from Aggronautix. I'm not a big figurine collector or fan. We've never done a video like this before because none of the members of Terrible Infant really collect stuff like this. But as you can see, I'm a huge Rancid fan. Rancid has been one of my favorite bands since I was probably 12. Out Come the Wolves came out when I was, I think, 12 years old, and I just fell in love with that album, was obsessed with it. That was the album that got me into punk. From punk, I found hardcore, and from that, I ended up listening to metal. And I'm a big metalhead now. If you've seen any of the vinyl episodes we do or the music stuff that we do. So a lot of the music that I listen to now, really, I do listen to because I love Rancid. So it's almost like this foundational band in my love of music, almost like Nirvana. I think Nirvana would be for a lot of people, or I guess people who grew up in the 60s, maybe like a band like the Beatles or Hendrix or something like that. Like really, really important band to me. So I was looking around on Instagram. As you may or may not know, we have a vinyl Instagram account, and I found this figurine. And so we picked one up. They're out of 1,000. They are hand numbered. This is number 856, and the company does a lot of punk rock stuff. So they've done Milo from the Descendants, and they've done they did Gigi Allen. They've done members of Devo. I think he did Fat Mike from NoFX. So that kind of stuff. And this is I think this is for their 10th anniversary. They did this Rancid figure. Well, they're doing a lot of stuff, obviously, for their 10th anniversary. But one of the things they're doing is this Rancid figurine. It's called Skeletim, which is the Rancid skeleton logo, which I'm wearing on my shirt right here. So maybe you're familiar with that. So we're going to bust this out. I'm going to show it to you. And then we'll be out of your hair. Also, we'll put in the description of this video, and then also, if you're on Facebook, we'll leave a comment below the video where you can find Aggronautix on Facebook, on Instagram, their official website, all that stuff. So let's get this guy out of the box.
When I cut the music, well, I got a place to go. Magnificent Seven. While I was a choir boy, you showed me no heaven.
So here he is. You can see the red Rancid logo here, which is really famous. He's got his tight black jeans on. He's got his boots. He's got a leather jacket on, and on the back here, he got that Rancid logo, which I always associate this logo with the self-titled record from 2000, which is, controversial opinion, my favorite Rancid record probably. That came out when I was, I think, 17, and it was only 30 minutes long. And so what I used to do with CDs is I would put them on cassettes. So I'd buy these 120-minute long cassettes, and I'd put a bunch of albums on them. So I'd do Rancid, Suicide Machines, Goldfinger, Sick of It All, Deftones, stuff like that. And then my friends and I would listen to them in the car, so we'd listen to these albums over and over again. And the self-titled Rancid record was one that we listened to so many times. And so I've seen some grumblings on Instagram that people were hoping that he would have the hat on, which I think he's wearing the hat here, yeah, which he wears in some of the logos. But for me, as someone who started listening to Rancid with Out Come the Wolves and went back and found Let's Go and loved kind of that whole period in Rancid's history, you gotta have the fucking mohawk. Come on, the mohawk is so much cooler than the hat. What are you talking about? Look at this mohawk. This is amazing. This is the classic giant Lars Frederiksen mohawk. And I know it's Skeletim, so if you're unfamiliar with Rancid, Tim Armstrong is the primary songwriter, singer, and one of the guitar players in the band. Lars Frederiksen also sings and plays guitar, and they all kind of, I think, contribute to songwriting, but Tim is kind of the main figure in the band. He was also in Operation Ivy with Matt Freeman, who's the bass player for Rancid. And so this guy is named after Tim, presumably, Skeletim. Obviously, I don't have that from the horse's mouth, but I'm just assuming that's where they got the name from. And some people might say, oh, well, Tim Armstrong had the Liberty Spikes or whatever, but, come on, look at this fucking mohawk. This is super cool. So, like I said, this is our first ever figurine unboxing, so I don't know exactly what people say in figurine unboxings. This came from Philadelphia area. We're in Los Angeles, so it traveled all the way across the country. It was very well packaged. As you can see, his head is bobbling. It's called Throbblehead, which is like a punk rock bobblehead, but basically a bobblehead, right? Everything seems to be working, so very well packaged, very well shipped, and it's really well made too. It's heavy. It looks like it's durable. Obviously, I haven't thrown it against a wall yet, but we've been messing around with it, bobbing its head. Nothing is broken. Nothing has fallen off. So I'm extremely happy with it. I think I'm going to put it in my office. And the box is super cool too. And I was talking to Mike about this. Say hi, Mike.
Hi.
I want to keep the box too, which is one of the reasons I think I'm going to keep this at my office. Because if I brought this home and I said to my wife, "Hey, we need to keep the box this thing came in," I think she'd be like, "We don't have a lot of room." So there you go. Like I said, this is the Skeletim Throbblehead, Aggronautix, Rancid. What else is there to say? It's fucking awesome. If you're a fan of Rancid, go buy it. We'll have links, like I said, where you can go and buy this and other things from the company. So there you go. This has been our first ever figurine unboxing. And like I said, hopefully more to come, because I'm a big fan of punk, and this company does a lot of punk rock Throbbleheads, so we'll definitely be looking more into this.